Yananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitan yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sattva Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yakinchit Sachara Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mabhaji Vyapti Yat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarvashruti Shiroratna Virajita Padambujaha Vedantam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnana Shakti Samaruda Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Jama Samprapta Dharma Bandha Vidayine Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shoshanam Bhava Sindhusha Jnapanam Sada Sampadaha Guru Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapaha Tattva Jnana Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Radhiranadisha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandusha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidada Vinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Gurudeva mere data mujhko asvara de. Gurudeva mere data mujhko asvara de. मुझको ऐसा वर दे। गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। ओ गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। मन मंदिरा में मेरे सतगुरु ही बस जाए। मन मंदिरा में मेरे सतगुरु ही बस जाए। जिसको भी मैं देखूं तेरा रूप नजर आए। जिसको भी मैं देखूं तेरा रूप नजर आए। दे ज्ञान का ये हमारी तरस जीवन को सफल कर दे। दे ज्ञान का हमारी तरस जीवन को सफल कर दे। ओ गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। ओ गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। सबरी की तरह सेवा हर प्यारा रो मीरा सा। सबरी की तरह सेवा हर प्यारा रो मीरा सा। शरदा को तुलसी सी और ज्ञान गीता का। शरदा तुलसी सी और ज्ञान गीता का। ये आस मेरी सदा सतगुरु पूरी कर दे। ये आस मेरी सदा सतगुरु पूरी कर दे। ओ गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। ओ गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। ओ गुरुदेव मेरे दाता मुझको ऐसा वर दे। 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 ओम भगवते ऋषिशाय नमः। ओम विश्वमाय नमः। ओम देवकर समुद्रताय नमः। ओम सूक्ष्मतनवे नमः। ओम चिन्मयाय नमः। ओम गुरुमूर्तये नमः। ओम सुंदराय नमः। ओम सुलोचनाय नमः। Om Sumukaya Namaha, Om Charuasaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Padmabhujaya Namaha, Om Mandagamanaya Namaha, Om Charumbararine Namaha, Om Ramaya Namaha, Om Mandirastapakaya Namaha, Om Shivdivabashakaya Namaha, Om Gayatri Achvane Namaha, Om Arpanasvikarakaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayana Mantropasakaya Namaha, Om Swaramayaya Namaha, Om Madhurakantaya Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Rupaya Namaha, Om Stotra Priyaya Namaha, Om Itabashine Namaha, Om Bhagmine Namaha, Om Chitakala Visharadaya Namaha, Om Vratadaraya Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagatpantaya Namaha, Om Sarvalokaitaya Namaha, Om Bhakta Priyaya Namaha, Om Surdaya Namaha, Om Anukulaya Namaha, Om Neyaya Namaha, Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, Om Bhakta Vatsalaya Namaha, Om Prema Murtaye Namaha, Om Shubhekshanaya Namaha, Om Priti Vardanaya Namaha, Om Swastirayakaya Namaha, Om Tarakaya Namaha, Om Anugrahaya Namaha, Om Vardanaya Namaha, Om Akshitaya Namaha, Om Artaya Namaha, Om Siddhi Pradaya Namaha, Om Janardanaya Namaha, Om Anuharaya Namaha, Om Akshaya Namaha, Om Siddheshwaraya Namaha, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namaha, Om Atmalingaya Namaha, Om Lingakshana Pratsakaya Namaha, Om Siddhi Sadanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Omkarupasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishokaya Namaha, Om Sattvikaya Namaha, Om Samadashine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Ashintyaya Namaha, Om Nirankaraya Namaha, Om Nirmohaya Namaha, Om Avyagraya Namaha, Om Chitakrodaya Namaha, Om Vinayashilaya Namaha, Om Savashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Shamaya Namaha, Om Satyadharmaya Namaha, Om Nivikapaya Namaha, Om Viraktaya Namaha, Om Atrindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Madhura Swabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasadatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanidaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sadayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Saumyaya Namaha, Om Bhuyaya Namaha, Om Vimukatmaya Namaha, Om Kabiraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Srinivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Dyutidaraya Namaha, Om Danyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Duratikramaya Namaha, Om Gahanaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Arisharana Margadashakaya Namaha, Om Kutasra Jagartakaya Namaha, Om Abhiprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamata Samatyaya Namaha, Om Kshamenkata Bhavavadakaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swamine Namaha. Ato Deva Avantuno Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Prativya Saptadamapi Hiram Vishnu Vichakrame Tretani Dade Padam Samudamasya Bhagum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopaadavya Ato Dharmani Dharana Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yato Vritani Pashpase Indrasya Yujasaga Tad Vishnu Paramam Padagum Sada Pashyanti Suryaha Divi Vachakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagruvagum Sasalingate Vishnuya Paramapada. Premattaraya vidmahe Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premattaraya vidmahe Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premattaraya vidmahe Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Vakrattunga Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighna Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketapare Narayana Chita Trivikrama Chakrapale Devyadi Sajadara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Shabhavanasa Hare Murare Radesha Gopisha Swarupa Bhavani Bhandya Shri Raya Kashaya Vaikuntha Pate Muhaleka Murte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Ninakriteha Magarupa Varahamurte Devikramaya Bhuvane Guru Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yarunandana Kati Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parapalesha Damodara Akshara Nanda Kalanishori Gopa Gopi Jana Samprita Dina Bandho Gopi Jana Priyare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Lakshmi Shai Bhujagadi Patalpa Shai Sarvakta Rusara Shai Ramanda Shai Shri Gopa Bama Murutalpa Sudani Shai Gopa Vallavare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapatri Sukanara Ragotamani Brahma Shri Sangamani Sanghavavaratesho Tishtanti Deva Bhavarashana Vagyaheto Gopala Sekaraye Tava Suprabhatam Mandara Chari Tulasi दिव्य भव में तव सेवनार्थं गोपी मना प्रिहरये तव सुप्रभातं श्री कृष्ण अच्युतानन्द मुकुन्द शौरी राधा मनोहर जनार्दन चक्रपाणि नामानि दिव्यमुनयो निशं वदन्ति ब्राह्मी मुहूर्त समये तव सुप्रभातं श्री कृष्ण सुप्रभातं ये पठति हरिसा गौरी कृतं महापापं श्री कृष्णाय दुःखम् ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरति गोविंद सर्वकारण कारण गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि चिन्तामणि प्रकार सर्वसुखल्पवृक्ष नाशावृतेषु सुरवीरविपालयन्त लक्ष्मी सहस्रशतसंभ्रमसेव्यमान गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि वेणुमनन्तमरविन्ददलयकाक्षं वनवतं सहसितं मुदसुन्दरङ्गं कदापकोटिकमनीय विशेषशोभां गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि आलोलचन्द्रकलसवनमाल्यवंशी रत्नगदं प्रणयकेलिकलाविलासं श्यामग्रीवङ्गललितं नियतप्रकाशं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि अङ्गानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमन्ति पश्यन्ति पान्ति कलयन्ति चिरं जगन्ति आनन्दश्रीमय सजुषरविरास्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि अद्वैतमच्युतमनादि अनन्तरूपं आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभात्मभक्तो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि पन्तस्तु कोटिशतवत्सरसम्प्रदायो वायोरतापि मनसो मुनिपुङ्गवान् सोऽप्यस्ति अप्रपदसीन विशिखतत्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि एकोऽप्यसोरचयितुं शकरन्दकोटिं यः शक्ति अस्ति शकरन्दक्षयाय अन्तः अनन्तरस्य परमाणुचयन्तरस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि यद्भावभाविदधियो मनुजस्तथैव सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमा सनयानभूषः शुक्लेन एव निगमः प्रतिदस्तुवन्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषोत्तमं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मय रसं प्रतिभाविताभिः ताभिः एव निजरूपलया कलाभिः भजामि प्रेमाञ्जनश्रित भक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तासदेव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यशामसुन्दर शीघ्रगुणस्वरूपा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि रामादिमूर्तिषु कलानि यमेन तिष्ठा नानावतारमकरो भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णा स्वयं समभवात् परमा पुरार्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि यया प्रभवतो जगरन्धकोटि कोटिश्वशेषवसुधादि विभूतिवीना तद्ब्राह्मणिष्कलमनन्तमशेषभूता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि माया यस्य जगरन्धशतानि सुते रेगुण्यता विषयवेदवितायमाना सत्त्वावलम्बि परसत्त्वविशूलसत्त्वा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरसात्मकया मनस्सु या प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्मरतामुपेत्य लीलायितेन भुवनानि जयानि चास्रा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोलोकनन्दिनि जगामि तरे च तस्य देवी महेशारिरामसुतेषु तेषु ते ते प्रभावनिशया विहितस्य येन गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयसाधनशक्तिरेका जायेव यस्य भुवनानि विभाति दुर्गा ईशानरूपापि यस्य शते शते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि क्षीरायकालनिविकारविशेषयोगा सञ्जायतेन तथा प्रतिहासि हेतो यशाम्बुतमपि तथा समुपैतिकाय गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि जीवाक्षि एव शन्तरमापुपेत्य दीपायते विविधहेतु समानतामा यस्ताद्रि एव विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि यस्कारमामनिजलेपसुयस्तयोगा निद्रामनन्तजगरन्धसरोमकूपः आधारशक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि यस्य कनिष्ठसितकालमतावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविरजा जगरन्धनाथः विष्णो महंसैरयस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि भस्मायताश्मशकलेषु निशेषु तेजा धियं धिया प्रकटयत्कृतार्थहर्त्र ब्रह्माय एष जगरन्धविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि यत्पादपालवयुगं विनिधाय कुम्भा वन्दे प्रणामसमये सगनानिरञ्जः लीलाविहन्तु अवलास्य जगत्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि अग्निमयी जगरम्बुमरुतिशस्य कालस्य आत्ममनसीरि जगत्त्रयानि Shanti Yaksha Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Yasha Suresa Savita Sakalagrahana Raja Samasta Suramurti Ashesha Tejaha Yasyanjayan Pramati Samritakara Chakro Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Ramoda Paparichaya Shutaya Stavansi Ramadi Gita Patagavadaya Shajiva Yagara Matra Vibhava Prakata Prabhava Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Rasinda Gopala Ravindra Mahosvakama Bandhana Rupa Parabhajana Matanoti Karmani Nirviti Bhakti Bhaja Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Yankroda Kama Sahaja Pranayani Pitti Vatsaya Mora Gurudora Vasevya Bhavaye Sanchisya Tasya Sayashinta Nurapurete Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarvakarana Karana Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami.
Om Agnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurudev, welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam. Today we have Canto 10, Chapter 25, Verse 18. Tasmat Matcharanam Goshtam Manatam Matparigraham Gopaye Svatma Yogena Soyam Mevrataha Hitaha. So the translation is, I must therefore protect the cowherd community by my transcendental potency, for I am their shelter, I am their master, and indeed they are my own family. After all, I have taken a vow to protect my devotees. So here is Lord Krishna speaking. We are in the Giridhari Lila, where Lord Krishna lifts the Govardhan hill to protect the inhabitants of Vrindavan from the flood that Indra was out of rage, out of anger, and while because he was offended, was pouring, let's say, all that rain, that heavy rain on Vrindavan, and Lord Krishna lifting Govardhan hill is represent the Guru who gives shelters to everybody. And the other day, I was reflecting upon, if you think Guruji gives shelter to everybody, he doesn't distinguish, no, this person I don't take, this person I don't take. He doesn't make this kind of distinguishment. He just takes everybody. And he gives refuge to everyone, actually, regardless how these people are and who these people are. And when somebody takes shelter at his feet, then Guruji protects them all the time. And like Krishna says in the verse, I have taken a vow to protect my devotees. And this is exactly what Guruji is doing with us, devotees. So I would like to share with you a story which happened about 1 year ago in Italy. And this story has been already shared by different persons. And I would like to share it once again because I am also part of that story. And so I would like to tell you my experiences which happened in that story. So this is the story of this terrible car accident which happened on the highway in Italy to a devotee. And actually she was initiated devotee 1 month before the accident happened. And she was, on the weekend, she was having darshan. Guruji was giving darshan in the Italian ashram. And so after the darshan, she was coming back to her country. And while she was driving on the highway, what happened is she was overtaking a truck, a big truck, and suddenly the truck loses one wheel. And this wheel bumps into her car, and then the car starts to move, and then the truck itself crashes the car. And the truck, because it was so fast, it was still, let's say, continuing its run for another 50 meters, banging left and right. And her car flipped upside down and was completely destroyed. And you can see now, I think, the pictures on the screen. So imagine, she came out alive from this. Imagine, how is it possible? I think there is a second picture, yeah. Then a third one. So she managed to come out of the car from the window. And the only damage she had was the broken foot, nothing else. Just some small scratches, but nothing, let's say, worth mentioning. And what happened is that behind her car, there was a car with a doctor, a medical doctor, and 3 nurses. And and they brought her immediately to the hospital. So immediately after the accident happened, the police called the mother of this Mataji, and her mother called me, and she said, look, this has happened. And immediately I sent a vocal message to the local Bhakti Marga coordinator of our area. And this local coordinator was also on the same highway because she was also at the Darshan in Italy, and she was also driving back to the country. And so it happened by coincidence that the local coordinator was only 2-3 kilometers behind her, so behind the location, let's say, where the accident happened. And so when she heard my vocal message, she immediately drove out of the highway and went directly to the hospital to, let's say, to assist and to console the Mataji which had the accident. And 2 days later, the lady, the Mataji, was brought to her country, back to her country in Switzerland, and she went to the hospital to check, let's say, this broken foot. And the medical doctor said to her, you see, I would advise you to make an operation here, a surgery. And she said, okay, it's fine. And look now, who was this doctor? This doctor was, because she, in her room, she had the picture of Guruji on a table. And the doctor, when he came in, he says, but I know him. I was at his darshan 1 month ago in Switzerland. And by the way, I recognize you. You were also there at the darshan. And yeah. And just after the accident, Swami Neruda was with Guruji in the ashram in Italy, and Guruji said, I knew something is going to happen. And but you see, Vittala and Rukmini were right there to help. So imagine. And I see also here, Rukmini and Vittala were also present in the form of the doctor and the nurse, which were right there, behind there, ready to help and to bring her to the hospital. And in the form also of the local coordinator, who was also on the highway and could go directly to the hospital because she said that being at the hospital, it was really a big suffering for her, not for her body, let's say not the suffering of her body, but all the suffering that she could see in the hospital. So all these people lying there and for I don't know for how many months and suffering a lot. She said, I have never seen so much suffering in my life, looking at these people. And so, of course, she was still in a state of shock. And so the local coordinator going there and staying with her one day and one night, this was a big help for her, a big consolation, because she was really in a bad state. And Guruji told the same actually to Swami Akash, recalling this story. And Guruji said, before they left from the Italian ashram, I saw them, I stopped and I looked at them, I stared at them, because I knew something will happen. This is what Guruji said. And 2 days later, I called her, and she said, you see, I see that Guruji protected me, and without his grace, I would not be alive. I would have died. But since he knew that this accident would happen, why did it allow this terrible experience to happen? And once people asked Guruji why a person had, in another case, in another occasion, why a person had a bad accident, and this person, let's say, lost, let's say, the functionality of the body. Say the body was really permanently, how do you say, changed, let's say. So the question was, why did it happen? And Guruji said that it's about karma. So karma as mysterious and multiple and different ways, how, let's say, it comes back to you for whatever you did. And my question is, what do we know about karma? Actually nothing. But what we know is that Guruji is always protecting us. This is for sure. And I want to give you some examples of how Guruji protects his devotees. So once Guruji was in a saint's place, and it was a silent place, and out of a sudden, Guruji moves in the front and falls down to the floor, and everything was silent. And people go to Guruji and say, what happened? And Guruji says, you know, I just went to help somebody who just had an accident now. Another example, I think Swami Revati was telling this on Sunday. Guruji said to Swami Revati, actually you have a heavy karma, and you can choose to have either a violent death or a hard life. And Swami Revati chose the hard life. Another example, Nimkaroli Baba threw a disciple in the fire, and then this disciple burned his arm. And then the people asked, why? Why did you do this? And then Nimkaroli Baba answered, would you prefer to die in a house fire? So, meaning also he protected him. So he went to the experience, the devotee went to the experience, but he was saved by the master. Another story of another car accident, and this happened in Mauritius, I think 2 years ago, and Rishi Aditya was telling us this story. So they were traveling in 3 cars, following Guruji's car. So Guruji's car was the first, then a second car, and on the third car there was Cristiano. And basically what happens, they come to a curve, and the curve was very close, and so there is another car which is coming in the opposite direction, and let's say there is a small, the 2 cars, Guruji's car and the car of the other person, touch each other. Not a big thing, but they just touch each other. So they stop, they start to examine the cars, and it's not big damage. It's just a small scratch on Guruji's car. So the other car, by the way, this guy knew Guruji, so they said, okay, everything is fine, and the only damage was a small scratch on Cristiano's car, on Guruji's car, sorry, nothing else. So then they continue, and then they come at a point of an intersection. So basically a T point where the small road merges in a bigger crowded road. So Guruji comes with the first car, and then manages to go on the main road, on the crowded road. Everything is okay. In the meanwhile, a big truck is coming, and with a high speed. So the second car, where Aditya was, manages to accelerate and to go out on the main street, no problem. But the third car, where Cristiano was on, didn't see the truck approaching, and it was really so dangerous that the truck was really going to bump into Cristiano's car. So the truck driver manages to stop the truck, and it arrives at about 2 meter distance from the car. So then they continue, and after some point they have a stop, and then they speak with Guruji. And Cristiano goes to Guruji and says, "Thank you very much that you have saved our life." And Cristiano asked Guruji, "Was it meant to happen?" And Guruji says, "What was meant to happen?" And Cristiano says, "Yeah, the accident. Was it meant to happen?" And Guruji says, he laughs and says, "Look, you saw what happened 10 minutes before. So we had that small accident where, let's say, our car was scratched. It was basically nothing compared to what could happen with the truck later." And he said, "Look, what happened is that I took on our car what was supposed to happen to you. So basically, I took the karma, if you want to translate it like this. And I took the accident which was actually supposed to happen to you. I took it on our car." So the accident was, let's say, destined to happen, actually, to this person, but Guruji prevented it to happen. And very interestingly, in that same afternoon, another accident happened, car accident happened in South Africa to a devotee, and also in that case, nothing happened. And when the person the devotee saw that it was to happen, they called Guruji's name, and they were saved. So this makes us reflect how much Guruji is protecting us every single moment. So now coming back to the car accident with the devotee on the highway in Italy, that we have seen the pictures before. Coming back to her question, so she asked, why did this accident happen? Why did I have to suffer so much? So, like I said, she has said that she has never seen so much suffering before in her life, like in that hospital where she was, let's say, observing all these people lying in the hospital, especially the elderly people. She saw in these people a lot of suffering. And who knows, maybe this experience was given to her to become aware of how much suffering there is in the world. Maybe it was only this. Who knows? Yes, for sure, she experienced the pain itself on her body. That's sure. But what to say? But I mean, after a certain time, the foot healed after the operation, and then everything was fine. Now she's walking normally. But what about the suffering of all these people that are still in the hospital and are still suffering? And many of them, they don't know why they are suffering. This is the tragic thing of the whole story, I think. They don't know why they are suffering, but they are suffering a lot. And they suffer because they think that they are never going to lose the things, the things which are dear to them. They think that they will never lose them, but at one point they will lose them, even the health. The health, one day you will lose it. And all the attachment, all what we think about ourselves, what we think that we are, how we want to be perceived by the others, all this we will lose one day. And the problem is not that we are going to lose these things. The problem is here thinking that we are not going to lose them. This is the cause of the suffering, let's say. Whereas if we understand the nature of things, that let's say it's inevitable that we are going to lose everything, and if we know and we understand that we are going to lose them, then we can still enjoy them, but the moment that all these things will be taken away from us, we will not suffer, because we know that it's part of the game. So it's inevitable that we are going to lose them. So there is no suffering there. And I think all these people also suffer for another reason, is that they don't know, they don't know that actually we have the choice to create our own, let's say, the quality of our life. We have the choice to, let's say, to be happy, irrespective of all the circumstances which are around us. Let's say, if the circumstances are negative and not supporting us, but still we can make that choice to be happy. And this choice, it's only us that can make it. And we have to make that choice. Nobody else is supposed to do it. And not knowing this, of course, most probably you will gonna suffer, because you think that the happiness is dependent of outer circumstances and outer factors. And also, probably they suffer because they don't have a higher purpose in life. They don't have a goal. They don't have a higher aim in life, and they don't have a perspective many times. And they, especially, they don't have a Sadguru to grab onto. So I was then speaking with this devotee, and she said, who had the accident, and she said, doing my job as a she's a sales manager in a fashion store, and she said, in my life so far, I don't know what I have accomplished, let's say, from the spiritual point of view. I don't know if I didn't do nothing, let's say, worth mentioning from the spiritual point of view. And then she was comparing herself with a Christian priest who went to Venezuela to do his service. And it seems that this priest was, let's say, had a huge influence on thousands of people's life, let's say, in that country. So he had he was spreading, let's say, his mission, and he was very successful in this. And so she said, actually, compared to this man, to this priest, I've done nothing. And then I was thinking, really? Is it really so? And I think, man, Guruji has given you this experience. And this is so, with this experience, if you share it, you will not, like she said, you will not touch the heart of thousands of people, but you will touch the heart of millions of people. So it's about sharing what we have received in the first place, because we know that love grows by sharing, in sharing. And inspire through our story, to our experience, other people. This is about, and love grows by sharing, by inspiring other people. Because what would do a normal person? A normal person would try to hide and how do you say, try to forget what happened. I mean, all the shock, all the fear of death, all the dramatic impressions that she had, all that fear that she felt, and that she would feel every time she will remember that scene. Everybody would try to put it under the carpet and not see it again, because it's so painful. To remember something like this is really painful. But in our case, as a devotee, it's different, because as a devotee, we know that this is a gift. This was the grace. And the grace has to be shared with other people. And in conclusion, before leaving the ashram, the local coordinator who was driving behind, let's say, the person who had the car accident, she was still in the ashram while the person who had the accident was already on the highway. And she sees a van coming, and they say, oh, it's Guruji's coming. So they see Guruji in this van, in this car, and Guruji shows his hand like this on the glass of on the window of the car. And some minutes later, her car was full of dust, let's say. And then she sees the same hand on her car, and she recognizes this is Guruji's hand. And then, as to say, Guruji was saying like this, maybe, bring to her, to the person who is now having the accident, bring to her my blessings. I am with her. My invisible hand is with her. And so, like the other day, Myron was telling this story that about this devotee who had a short lifeline on his palm of his hand, and then Guruji took his thumb and then extended the lifeline of that person. And so let's trust Guruji, because he's always with us, he's always protecting us. And as Krishna says in the verse, I am their shelter, I am their master, and indeed they are my own family. After all, I have taken a vow to protect my devotees. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Narasimha Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatitraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya यतिराजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में शालिग्राम प्रतिष्ठिताया मंगल मंगल में शालिग्राम प्रतिष्ठिताया मंगल मंगल में तीरंदारिणी गोरख छाया मंगल मंगल में तीरंदारिणी गोरख छाया मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यतिराजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यतिराजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रंगेशा कनकायरदाय मंगल मंगल में रंगेशा कनकायरदाय मंगल मंगल में मानरताय दारिणी दाराय मंगल मंगल में मानरताय दारिणी दाराय मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यतिराजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यतिराजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में मंगल मंगल में ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट रास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो जावे फल पावे रुक बिन से मन का स्वामी रुक बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन कहा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहूँ मैं जिसके शरण कहूँ मैं जिसके तुम बिना और ना दूजा तुम बिना और ना दूजा आशा करूँ मैं जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पुराण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मेरे सेवक तुम स्वामी मेरे सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो बरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम एका गोचा सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किसविरी मिलो दयामय किसविरी मिलो कृपामय तुमको मैं कुमते ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुखहाता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे करुणा हाथा बराहो करुणा हाथा बराहो शरण परा तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पापा रो देवा स्वामी पापा रो देवा शारा भक्ति बराहो शारा प्रेम बराहो संतान की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे तन मन धन सब है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Chama Mane Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Govinda Mane Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji. Tvameva Mata Shapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhusha Saka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Ravina Tvameva, Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. Govinda Asatoma Sagamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mityoma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Guru Pyo Namaha, Hari Om. Principal Shri Lakshmi Narayan Bhagavan ki, Sri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Bhagavan ki, Shri Radha Krishna Kanilal ki, Shri Mavata Kriya Babaji ki, Shri Ramanujacharya ki, Principal Sadgurudeva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki. Om Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopichana Varabhaya Paraya Parapurushaya Parakama Manta Yantra Tantra Oshara Sasrani Samarai Samarai Mrityo Mocha Mocha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Dipti Jwala Pritaya Savarik Shoknam Pat Parashme Param Brahmane Param Jyotishe Svaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Guru Pyo Namaha, Hari Om. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai